Oh, g'day, Ben.
G'day, Glenn.
Hey, everybody. Where am I looking? I've got fucking cameras everywhere. New setup here for us. Glenn and Ben here from the Good Movie Monday podcast. How you doing? We are here to actually do a reaction video. We actually call our videos reaction videos, but we're not. We're reviewing.
Yeah,
We're going to react.
as someone on the internet whingingly pointed out.
Yeah, I cop it. I just don't tell you all the times we cop that, but
Oh, really?
it's a fair bit.
It's a fair bit.
So we thought, let's react to something. Last week, the trailer for the new Exorcist movie dropped. That's Exorcist Believer, I believe.
I'm a believer.
Yes, so we're
Does
going
that mean they Justin Bieber possesses a child and they have to exorcise him from the planet?
Wouldn't that be good?
That would be great.
And it's like a Jonas brother or something.
Yeah.
We're going to watch the trailer.
He's the young priest and the old priest.
For the new Exorcist. We have not seen this yet. I've not watched it. Have you?
No.
All right, so he's going to hit play and it'll be on the screen. Watch it with us.
Good day. Hey, be home by dinner.
I love you. Good morning, Mr. Fielding.
Morning, Catherine.
And here are your daughters, Angela and Catherine, about 7 hours ago, and that's the last information we have.
Catherine!
Angela?
If you can hear this,
Who is that?
we love you. Please come home.
That chick.
Hey.
The mum or the
Hey, you
kid?
found her?
The mum.
What are you and Catherine doing out there in those woods?
You were just walking and walking. That's all I remember.
Angela, can you tell your dad how long you were gone?
A few hours.
Baby, you've been gone 3 days.
What'd you say?
I didn't say nothing.
I feel like we were sucking Gogglebox.
Say something.
No, we
We're
don't
just
have to
not
talk over it.
saying anything.
No, we watch it and then we react to it.
Wherever those girls went, they brought something back with them.
The body and the blood of Jesus Christ.
Body in the blood? Body in the blood?
Catherine,
Body in the blood.
That's not a chick from House, is it?
It looks like Dee Wallace. Like a young Dee Wallace.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
Mommy?
no, but there are people out there who have.
You have some experience with possession.
Oh.
Yes, more than I'd like.
I believe you can help get our girls back.
Exorcism is a ritual. Every culture, every religion, they all use different methods. It's going to take all of them.
Don't be scared,
We've met before.
What did you do?
Is that Catherine's heartbeat?
They're beating in sync.
God played.
It's like their cycles have synced up.
All right. Well, those final frames are great.
Right, yeah.
Oh, look. Right there on the screen is the problem I have with this to begin with.
Is it David Gordon Green?
Yeah.
Danny McBride.
Yeah,
And,
so these are the guys that did the Halloween trilogy that recently have assaulted our senses, I guess you would say.
Mm-hmm. Which we liked.
I only like the last one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't like the first
You
two.
liked the first
no,
two?
I didn't. And these guys come from a comedy background, which I don't have a problem with them doing horror. But instead of doing legacy sequels, I'd like them to just make horror movies like their own. But all right, how do we react to that trailer? Look, a little bit underwhelming. It didn't feel like an Exorcist.
Yeah. Look,
movie.
it certainly wasn't. It wasn't I mean, the trailer wasn't good enough to get me excited about the film.
No.
Like, it kind of makes me want to go back and watch the both Rennie Harlan and Paul Schrader versions of the last Exorcist film that I haven't seen.
Dominion, and what's the other? Dominion and... Oh, I can't
The
remember.
Beginning?
The Rennie Harlan one, I think, is The Beginning. Okay, well...
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it seems that there's a lot of that kind of kinder horror going on at the moment, including Talk to Me, which we talked about on the show, and it doesn't impress me as much as Talk to Me did.
No.
Just from that trailer.
Those final moments there where they went to the black and white, that's the poster treatment they've been going with. Like, and I love it. Like, I think that's exactly what I was hoping the aesthetic of this would be, knowing that it was coming. But that trailer does not play into the aesthetic of the original whatsoever. Like,
No.
It does not look like it's from the same universe.
It doesn't have that sparseness, but it's like we just live in a different era now.
I know.
So it's hard to kind of capture that kind of 70s aesthetic.
Although Ty West did it with X.
It does feel like a Blumhouse kind of, or a Saw / Conjuring type film. It doesn't feel like an Exorcist film.
Am I the only one I'm feeling a little bit worn out with Blumhouse? Like, I'm not really digging the Blumhouse thing. I think it's just become a bit too much. Like,
I think Blumhouse is like any studio. There's no such thing as an award like a kick-ass formula. Otherwise, every movie they put out would be great. Every film in itself has the ability to be great or shit, and it's regardless of what studio is producing it and who's making it.
Yeah.
As case in point is like the films of the Coen brothers, the films of Wes Anderson. After a while, you're just like, I just don't give a shit about this anymore. I don't care. These films aren't as good as they used to be, or at least they don't affect me like they used to. And I think the Blumhouse stuff is kind of getting to that point now where you're like,
grumpy old man.
I've kind of seen it now.
Grumpy old man.
Yeah, I've seen it. Like, you're not doing anything.
Yeah,
I mean, they're not doing anything new, but it's because
they teased the old theme in there, music wise, and I thought that was a bit. It sounded really like the Halloween.
Tubular Bells, yeah, much more like Halloween than Tubular Bells.
Yeah. How do you feel about like it being a legacy sequel and you're bringing the old character back? And
yeah, look, I'm fine with that. I mean, didn't they have Max von Sydow in the beginning, or no? They had
no, Skarsgård.
Stellan Skarsgård playing young Max von Sydow.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they didn't bring in Linda Blair because she's batshit fucking crazy, and no one who would want to work with that.
No one wanted to watch a movie about animal welfare.
Yeah,
that's what it would have been.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on like you just said you hadn't seen the Paul Schrader one? What are your thoughts on the series, like the franchise?
Look, I haven't seen Exorcist 2.
Right.
I've seen The Exorcist and Part 3, The Guardian. Is that what it is?
No, Legion.
Legion.
Yeah, Exorcist 3 Legion, I think it is. But that with George C. Scott.
I thought that was excellent.
It's an amazing film.
But that's a different. That doesn't feel like it leads directly on from the, at least in my memory of it.
Well,
it's not like a continuation of the Reagan story.
It is.
Is it?
It is. Oh, yes, it is. No, but it takes place 20 years later, around about 20 years later, and you've got who's the guy that played the priest?
The young priest.
Jason Miller.
Yeah.
Jason Miller comes back and reprises his role as a demon.
Right.
And it does relate back to the original story in a big way.
But it's not her...
It's not her story.
You're not following her.
No. You're following... it's a murder investigation because there's satanic ritual murders that have happened and George C. Scott's investigating, but they kind of connect back to...
Yeah, so they connect, but it's not like a Rambo or a Halloween where it's the same, or Texas Chainsaw Massacre where it, like... You can't have Texas Chainsaw Massacre without Leatherface.
Yeah.
Yet you can have Exorcist without...
Well, the demon can be anyone, can't it? Yeah,
that's right.
But look, it is an actual sequel.
I guess it's the demon that follows through rather than the Reagan or...
Number 3 is an actual sequel, but at the same time, very cleverly, is a standalone film. Like, you can easily watch Number 3, which I think is one of the most underrated horror films of all time, which over the last maybe decade, I think people are starting to come to that conclusion as well, that it's just this, for a long time, it was a forgotten classic. Number 2 is like, I'm one of those lone defenders. Like I've said before, myself and Mick Garris are the only two guys that have defended that movie. I really like Number 2. It's an odd one. John Borman made it, and it's known famously for being one of the worst sequels of all time.
Really?
And yet
have I seen Dickie Roberts 2?
Dickie Roberts 2?
Dickie Roberts, no.
Yeah, Joe Dirt 2? It's on Blu-ray over there, mate.
Over there,
Would it be a shit sequel and I not have it? Like,
Would there be a shit? I mean, you almost.
hey, this better
You're
not be a
almost-
pile on Glenn moment.
No, but you're almost like you're actually destroying your own point
Watch yourself.
because you just, like you said, would it be a terrible sequel if Glenn didn't own it?
Mm-hmm.
You're defending Exorcist 2 as if it's a great film, yet
I'm not
you're
defending.
saying it's a shitty sequel.
I'm
Like,
not.
it is a shitty
I'm not
sequel because
defending
you like
it.
it.
I'm not defending
The
it
fact that you
as
like
a
it.
shitty sequel. I'm defending it. Well, actually, I'm defending it as a shitty sequel. Like, I like shitty sequels. They're my jam.
They're your jam.
Um,
But you're saying it's shitty.
Well,
I haven't seen it. I don't know.
the general consensus is it's shitty, and
Right.
I don't understand that general consensus
Right.
because I actually think it is quite a legitimately good movie. Maybe it's so far removed from the original because it's not a demonic possession movie.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, but it's got fucking what's his name that Burton that married
Richard Burton.
Richard Burton's in it. Yeah.
He's the... Geez, George C. Scott. I mean, when you think about it, it's Max von Sydow, Richard Burton, George C. Scott, Stellan Skarsgård,
And now who?
and now
You need that caliber.
was there a priest in there?
There's no James Woods.
Because that was the that was the thing. I remember listening to Mark Maron talk about the Exorcist movies when he had Friedkin on, and he said, the most remarkable thing about the Exorcist was that it got protested by Catholics and the church at the time, and they're like, you don't understand. What they're saying is all the shit that you've been spouting for years. Not only is it real, but also that somehow you would have the muscle to deal with it.
It's so I just
It's so pro.
cannot comprehend how people thought that was like a blasphemous movie.
Yeah.
When the Vatican itself has a department set up.
I think it's.
It has a Pope's exorcist, for fuck's sake.
I think those people don't really understand what blasphemy actually is.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Like, that's the problem. It's like...
Do you want to demonstrate? Well, what's blasphemy?
Jesus Christ, Glenn. No, I don't.
Oh, well done. Very politely done, too. Yeah, exactly right. Like, the original is just a drama. When from a biblical point of view, it should be a drama. Anyway, I'm just rambling now. Exorcist, Believer. It's the first of 3. It's a new trilogy.
God.
The next one, I had it written down. It's got a title, Exorcist, something like Deceiver or something like that. Something like that. Not that.
Non-believer?
Maybe it's called Exorcist. Jesus Christ.
Believing?
You've done
More
that joke.
believing?
We started with that joke.
No, that was believing. Believer, non-believer.
I'll just fade us out.
Fucking hell, yeah. Let's do that.